everyone, Kim from Expression Artworks. I have this wood cutout home that I'm using today, and I applied painter's tape just to the upper portion where the peak of the roof is. I'm using Dixie Belle Vintage Duck Egg for most of the home, and where I taped off, I'm just going to do something different there with dark antique wax. So I'm just applying one coat of the chalk paint and to the top and the sides. And then I'm drying it up really, really well because I'm going to be applying a stencil. You always want to make sure when using a stencil that you dry it really good so the stencil doesn't stick. For the stencil, I'm using Folk Art chalk paint in Milk Jug. And this is the stencil I'm using. It's a beautiful lace pattern. It's by Essential Stencil. And it comes in a 3-pack, one being the extra large 12 by 16, but it also comes in this 6 by 6, which is the same, just a lot smaller. And this is the size I'm going to be using today for my home. This is a stencil brush from Essential Stencil as well that I'm using. And here I'm just taking the painter's tape off so I could align my stencil where I want to place it. And then I make sure that I blot my brush really well so there's not too much paint because I don't want it to bleed through the stencil. And I'm just applying it very lightly in a circular motion. And I also decided to just apply one coat because I wanted this stencil to look more faded and I didn't want it to like really pop. In other words, I just wanted it to look like you could see it, but it's a little bit more distressed, so to speak. You could see that every time I dip the paint in, I'm always blotting it on a towel so I don't have too much paint. So there you go. That's what we have so far. I really, really love this stencil and I was really happy with the way it came out. Then I took my dark antique wax and I applied that to the top portion of the house where the rooftop is. And then I decided just to go around the edges of the home just to age it a little bit more and give it more of a grungier look to it. Almost like it's been a little, weathered, it's older, aged. So I really was happy with that. And then I took jute twine, started in the back with a little bit of hot glue. And wrapped it around the house, and then I decided that I wanted to wrap it around a second time, just giving it a double. And just finished it off in the back. And then from here I had this cute little heart button. I got these from Amazon and I had some greenery in my stash, so I cut off a little twig and I was just going to add the button and the twig to the center of the home right on top of that twine, just to give it a little something else and have it a little more character. Embellishments could be fun. I'm also an affiliate with Essential Stencil, and I'll make sure that I leave the link to that stencil as well as my code in the comments because you could use my code at checkout for extra savings. So here it is. I was really happy with the way it came out. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye.